Hi friends, I am Dr. Ishwar Gupta Maddi, Professor, Sir C.R. Reddy College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Eluru, Andhra Pradesh, India. This video will give you an introduction about biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. This video is useful for B Pharmacy, Pharma D, and M Pharmacy students. First of all, I would like to explain you the journey of tablet in the body. What happens when you take a tablet orally? First, it goes to the stomach and the small intestine. In the stomach or small intestine, the tablet undergoes disintegration to give granules. These granules disintegrate to give fine drug particles. So these fine drug particles undergo dissolution and now the drug is present in the gastrointestinal fluids. From here, the drug crosses the gastrointestinal membrane and enters into the blood. Now the drug is present in the blood. Once it reaches the blood, the drug is carried to all parts of the body, and this we call it as drug distribution. In this slide, you can see that the capsule is being taken orally. It goes into the stomach, the small intestine. Here it undergoes disintegration and the drug will dissolve here. It is absorbed into the blood, and you can see here the drug is going to all parts of the body by the blood. This we call it as drug distribution. The drug reaches the brain, liver, kidney, muscles, and so on. It reaches to almost all parts of the body, and this we call it as drug distribution. When the drug reaches the liver, it undergoes metabolism. The liver is rich in enzymes and it degrades the drug into simpler metabolites. So, this is called drug metabolism. And when the drug reaches the kidney, the drug is eliminated in the urine. This we call it as drug excretion. And if some amount of drug remains undissolved in the small intestine or large intestine or the stomach, it, it's excreted out. And this we call it as drug excretion. So, when you take a capsule orally, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and drug excretion takes place. Biopharmaceutics. It is study of factors affecting absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination of drugs. So, this information is useful in design of dosage forms. So, what product you should make for a particular drug? Say, for example, insulin. There is only insulin injection in the market. You do not have insulin tablets. What is the reason for this? The reason for this is insulin undergoes degradation in GIT. So, from this information, the manufacturers have decided that we have to make only insulin injections and release them into the market. And now let us see some definitions. Absorption. What is absorption? Movement of drug from site of administration into the blood is called absorption. Say, for example, if you take a tablet orally, the site of administration is the stomach or the small intestine. If you take an IM injection, intramuscular injection, the site of administration is the muscle. Suppose you are applying an ointment or cream on the skin, the site of administration is the skin. Now, What is distribution? Movement of drug from blood to all parts of the body is called distribution. What is metabolism? Degradation of drug in the body by liver enzymes is called metabolism. What is excretion? Removal of drug from the body by kidney and other organs is called excretion. So these are the definitions of absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. So now, what is bioavailability? So biopharmaceutics can also be defined as the study of factors affecting the bioavailability of the drug. So let us see the definition of bioavailability. The rate and extent of absorption is called bioavailability. Rate of absorption means speed of absorption. The formula for rate of absorption is amount absorbed divided by time taken. And the formula for extent of absorption is amount absorbed by dose taken. So, bioavailability is the rate and extent of absorption. So, you have two formulas for calculating the bioavailability of a drug. So, I'll explain you the concept of speed by taking the car as an example. So, all of you know how to calculate the speed of a car. The formula is distance traveled by time taken. So let me show you how we calculate the speed of the car in the next slide. For example, the distance between Eluru to Vijayawada is 60 kilometers. The bus travel time is 2 hours. Speed of the bus is equal to 60 by 2, that means 30 kilometers per hour. So the speed of the bus is 30 kilometers per hour. Now let us calculate the speed of absorption. The dose of the tablet is 500 mg. The time taken for absorption is 10 minutes. Now how do we calculate the rate of absorption? So rate of absorption is equal to amount absorbed by time taken. So rate of absorption is equal to amount absorbed is 500 mg divided by 10 minutes. So the speed of absorption is 50 mg per minute. So it is just like calculating the speed of a car, distance traveled by time taken. Here we have the dose 500 mg and time taken is 10 minutes. So the speed of absorption is 50 mg per minute. Suppose this 500 mg takes only 2 minutes for absorption. Then the speed of absorption will be 500 mg divided by 2, that means 250 mg per minute. So like this we can calculate the speed of absorption. The speed of absorption should be always very fast, so then we will have quick onset of action. So in this slide, we will see how to calculate extent of absorption. So dose of tablet is 500 mg. So a person takes 500 mg tablet. The amount absorbed is 400 mg only. The remaining 100 mg did not dissolve in the GIT fluids. So what happened is there was a problem with drug dissolution. and only 400 mg dissolved, and that 400 mg of the drug got absorbed into the blood. The remaining 100 mg goes out along with the fecal matter. So, what is the extent of absorption? The formula is amount absorbed by dose taken. So, the extent of absorption is equal to 400 mg by 500 mg, which is equal to 0.8. And if we calculate percentage viability, you multiply 0.8 with 100 and you'll get 80%. That means the viability of the tablet is only 80%. It is just like this. Suppose in mathematics you got 400 marks out of 500. That means you have gone wrong by 100 marks. Then what will be your maths percentage? 400 by 500 into 100, that will be 80%. So like this, we can calculate the percentage bioavailability. And now the other part of the subject, pharmacokinetics. Let us see what is pharmacokinetics. Study of rate or speed of ADME of drugs is called pharmacokinetics. This information is used in fixing dose and dosing interval for a drug. So, this information is very much useful for fixing dose. What dose should we give to the patient? Is it 100 mg, 200 mg, 300 mg, 400 or 500 mg? And the dosing interval. So, dosing interval means you can say the dosing timetable. So, how many times should I give this tablet? For example, paracetamol tablet is given every 6 hours. So, that is called dosing interval. The time from one dose to another dose is called dosing interval. So, pharmacokinetics is very much useful in fixing dose and dosing interval. So many times in the Viva Voce examination, there will be a question, what is the use of studying biopharmaceutics? What is the use of studying pharmacokinetics? You must be able to tell very clearly. Biopharmaceutics information is used for designing dosage forms. As I told you the example of insulin injection. Similarly, what is the use of pharmacokinetics? The use of pharmacokinetics is used to fix the dose and dosing interval for a drug. So you must be very, very clear in your answers for biopharmaceutics use and pharmacokinetics use. For example, paracetamol dose is 500 mg and dosing interval is 4 to 6 hours. How did we get this information? This information we have got by carrying out experiments in animals and human beings, and they studied the pharmacokinetics of the drug. That means the rate of ADME of drugs of paracetamol, and they generated this information. Thank you, friends. I hope you have understood the introduction of biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Bye bye.